Welcome to the Board Game Chair podcast. This is a Games with Trev podcast, and for those who don't know what Games with Trev is, we are a board game YouTube channel where we do everything board games, right, Monique?
Yep, everything board games, vlogs, how to plays, reviews, you name it.
Mm-hmm. We have been doing YouTube for about 6 months now, and we decided to do some podcast content. You can get this anywhere you get your podcast, or if you like to watch your podcast, you can look it up on YouTube, and we'll have a video version of it there. So that's why we have U-Camera.
And basically what we're going to do on this podcast is give our first impressions of games that we play.
Mm-hmm.
And for this week, we played a game called The Spill.
Yes. This is a 1 to 4 player game. And basically what you're trying to do is it's a cooperative game, and you're basically trying to manage these dice that are going out onto the board via a dice tower. And basically the idea is like an oil spill is happening, you're trying to clean it up and save some animals. And my first impression is holy moly.
It's so stressful.
It is. Tell them what you were saying just barely about it. What your first thought?
My first thought, like right before we were gonna play, like after learning the rules and everything, I was like, oh, this will be pretty simple. Like we'll be able to beat this game, like no biggie. So we did it on the easiest one with like the easiest wind conditions, easiest spill out, oil coming out of the ocean, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we lost.
Yeah, it did not go good. And yeah, basically, so like the game has a couple of ways to like increase the intensity of it. It has that pandemic feel with the tracker of how much dice you're dropping per turn. Where like you move it up if like a certain thing happens, like an outbreak basically, but it's called spill out. Clever.
I felt like it was like for another cooperative game that we've played, it was about the hardness level of Rising 5. At least the first time I played it, it was just kind of like, oh, like this is actually pretty difficult to do. True.
Yeah, Rising 5 is pretty hard, honestly. But go check that one out. That's actually one of my favorite cooperative games because it's so different. It's way different than the rest of them, I feel.
Yeah, it's nothing. The Spill isn't anything like it. It just was about the same difficulty, I felt.
Yeah, like honestly, like I like looking back on our gameplay of how we played it, like I don't even know what I would have done differently.
I think, like I was just telling you, like, because you have the option to either put the dice back in the bag or remove them off the board. But the thing is if you remove all the dice out of the bag, you lose, correct?
I don't think so. I think the game continues.
Well, either way, the dice coming out they're always just coming, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that's what makes the game so difficult, is that there's the chances of you rolling a 6 in the certain sector that you already have a spill out on or are going to have a spill out on is so high.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the, like, I don't know. I mean, like, again, with this podcast, like, we're trying to do, like, our initial impressions of the game. We only played it once. Literally 5 minutes
just
ago.
now.
We just played it. Literally just barely. And it is so, it's just so difficult. Like
it makes me want to play it again, though.
Yeah,
I wasn't like, oh, like that was dumb, or I don't know. It makes me want to try and do something differently, because I feel like I played kind of a passive game. I just kind of
an aggressive game.
Yeah, I just kind of did my actions. I didn't really think about it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll save this little dolphin. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But when, like, you actually have to be vigilant of which animals you're saving, because in our case, our win condition was, like, one of the win conditions, I guess, was to get all, like, 3 types of a species and all the animals off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have gone, okay, I need to get all the dolphins. Like, let's work on dolphins, or, like, the manta rays instead. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. There's the things that we were using the easiest win condition.
Yeah, and it makes me want to go back and read the other card, like the difficult cards, and see.
That's why you brought it right here, folks. Let's see here. So, like, So like the other easiest win conditions that it could have been. So like this was ours. I'll read it to you. It was save 2 contaminated animals, which we did.
Yeah.
I think we saved 4. Remove a total of 10 dice. We removed 6. And then save 3 full sets. I think we had 1 and we were close with another, but we weren't close with the third at all.
Yeah. And the other thing is like once like animals are contaminated with oil, they go to a sick bay and they're more difficult to get. Like you have to have this certain like resource card to be able to get them out of the sick bay. So it's like I don't know.
Okay, hear this. This is a level 3. This is one of the hardest ones you can play.
Oh no.
The well cannot be capped. The bag must be emptied of dice without losing to win.
Oh, so I guess that means that if the bag empties, you don't lose.
You don't lose. No, yeah.
But with that one,
that's so hard. This one is save 4 contaminated. Have no more than 4 spills on the board to start with this achievement, and save 4 full sets of marine life.
oh boy.
Well, like with that one, I'd like to say, like with the game, the achievements don't have to be done at the exact same time. They can happen throughout. So, like technically, this one could happen in the first round.
It is all 3, correct?
Yeah, you have to do all 3 at some point in the game, but not at the same time.
Got it.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
So interesting.
Let's see another one. This one says, sick bay does not hold 2 of any type of marine animal. Remove a total of 9 oil dice from the game. Save 3 contaminated animals. Some of these harder ones just seem like...
Not as hard?
They don't seem as hard, but I guess we just haven't played it enough to really...
Yeah, we'll just have to play it again and let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll do like an actual review later once. Because usually when we review a game, we like to do it, like 4, 5, 6 times before we
actually talk
sit
about
down
it.
and tell you, give you our 2 cents. But this is what we do. Like, that's the cool thing about this podcast is like, this is what we do after every new game we play. We actually sit down and we pick it apart piece by piece of what we liked, what we didn't like. And we read the cards. Oh, what did this say? What did that say? So we wanted you guys to get to know us, kind of like how we take the board game hobby and what we do with it.
It's fun though. I like talking about it and kind of picking it apart because at least for me, it helps my strategy for the next time.
True.
Because then I know like what you're thinking, and yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it
for sure. Well, this is the next part we haven't talked about yet. So, what did you think about the components of the game?
The game is literally beautiful. I love.
Yeah, so true.
The components are nice. There's a game tray. There's only a couple of bags. I don't like bags.
As you guys haven't noticed from our side video.
They're horrible. But there was only like a couple bags and they made sense to have those. And the components, like the dice are like, I don't know how to even explain it, but it's kind of like, you know, those fancy D&D dice that have like sparkles inside.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like think oil spill.
That's true. The oil dice are black and white, and it does kind of look like an oil spill. That is true. They're like black and gray, actually.
Yeah, so they're cool. And then there's like weather dice, and they're like blue and like white, and like they just feel fancy.
Also, the blue dice also have like engraved pictures.
That's true. I did notice that.
Creation. Like that is not like a dice number, which is cool.
It's
like
bougie.
It's bougie.
And like the character boards are like nice, thick, like I don't know. It's not cardboard. It's like cardstock.
Yeah, it's like cardstock.
But it's nice. It's durable. Because what was that game that just had like straight paper?
Which one?
I don't remember. There was a game that was just straight paper for the board.
Like what was it like? Do you remember it all?
I think it was Raptor. And you'd laminated it.
The Raptor boards are paper, and so I laminated them. That's true.
Like that's just silly. Just pay the extra 5 cents. I don't know. I guess I can't say anything until we actually make a game.
That's true. Still coming out. Still working on it.
We'll work on it. We'll see how that
We've gotten
goes.
theming down, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, but we'll update that in a different podcast.
That'll be a different day.
But go along.
What did you think about the components, though?
Oh, incredible! The dice tower is awesome. I love the idea of dropping it down like the oil rig. That's so fun. That's awesome. That's so smart. The other thing I like is the artwork, as you can tell from the cover, or if you guys are Googling it right now, it's awesome. Your artwork is so beautiful, and like I love the intricacy of having all of like the animals incorporated throughout the pictures and stuff like that. Like, and it's super cool.
It's like realistic, but not in a weird way.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of weird. Like like regular Splendor,
They're kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy. That would be.
But this one's like stylized, so I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cute.
What else did you like about the game or didn't like?
I thought the action points were a little weird. So every turn you only get 4 action points, and then on your board it tells you like what actions you can take depending on how many points, which is a good idea. It works. It's great, but just like I feel like there could be a different way that could be done. I didn't love it.
It was also just hard to remember where you were at with it. Like, there's no tracker, I guess.
Yeah, that too. I just was, like, counting on my fingers, like, 1 point, 2 points. Also, it was weird that they were called action points. I don't know. Maybe that's, like, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But
I'll be honest, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. If I was playing the game by myself and it was, like, action point, I would be confused for a while.
True. Quickly, we would like to thank a message from our sponsors before we continue with this podcast. And the sponsors this week are ourselves.
Games with Trev.
Games with Trev. So if you're listening to this podcast, wherever you are, please, we beg of you, go to our YouTube channel. Check it out. We have so much more content going on there. Like we said at the beginning, like we are doing all types of content. We're doing vlogs, challenges, reviews, top 10s. We're doing everything.
It's so fun.
It's like, so fun.
You won't regret it.
Yeah, come join the community. It's super fun. Also, this time, want to tell about the giveaway?
So once you go to our YouTube channel, like we know you will, make sure to hit the subscribe button because we are doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So if you are within that 1,000 subscriber limit, you can be part of the giveaway. So you should go be a part of it and come join us on our journey of starting up our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and if you're hearing this after we already hit 1,000 subscribers, don't worry.
We're probably doing another one.
We're doing another one. We have plans. We want to hit 1,000 so we can move on to the next game. Right now, it's So You've Been Eaten. I don't know if you said that. Did you say that?
No.
It's a great 2-player game about a miner going into the belly of a beast. One player is playing the miner. One person's playing the beast. The miner's trying to receive crystals out of the beast, and the beast is trying to kill him. It's so much fun. We've played it. We've talked about it. We'll review it, I'm sure. It is so much fun. Please go check it out. We're going to give out more games too, so go subscribe, please. Thank you for a word from our sponsors, and we'll go back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Anyway, did you have any other thoughts about Spill?
Well, I was talking about the action points too. It was so strange about how it was. It just didn't fit with how the other gameplay was going, I felt like.
Yeah. But again, like maybe we just need to play it again.
Yeah, that's true. It was our first time.
Yeah. But I think it was just different than any other like cooperative game or like any board game of like the actions you can take. Like I guess it reigns in the similarity of like, oh, you can only take 2 actions per turn, but like
true.
They measured it by points. I don't know. It was just different.
That's true. And, like, I did like that they weighted the actions, technically.
That's true.
So, like, actions that were, like, to remove an oil dice was worth 3 action points. And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would take part of your turn
I did
more,
like that.
Which
that
was
cool,
but I know why they did it. It's just as weird.
Yeah. What did you think about the resource cards?
So confusing. Maybe we just didn't use them right. We only used 1. But it was just like, they were so hard to get, like the cubes to use them, then to actually use the card, it was just like, what?
Yeah.
And like,
where did the cubes come from again? I don't even remember.
They came from if you got 1 of each marine animal.
Oh.
Or if you got 3 oil dice, then you got a cube.
Got it.
So like, it was incentive, but like, obviously I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just kind of confusing because it was just like, well.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I just kind of forgot about that aspect because you kind of did it. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Well, my specialist was like, we got like an extra resource card, and in the beginning I was like,
true.
oh, this is gonna be huge.
It didn't. We only used one resource card the whole time.
It was not worth it at all. Like, it genuinely wasn't. Like, I wish we would have done any other person where like.
I did like my specialist though.
Like, drop one less oil.
That is nice. That would have been.
Remove oil dice at the cost of 2 action points instead of 3.
Yeah, maybe you just had a bad combo of people. That's the other thing is like.
Yeah.
We were talking about how, or at least I asked the question, well, maybe if we played more people, but technically we are playing with the capacity because it's 4 players, but if you're playing at 2, you each have 2 specialists.
True.
So you're each playing
2 players basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, and when you play at 3 players, it's not like you're only playing 3. You do have that 4th player, and you guys kind of
like
both
the
move
bot
it.
player.
Yeah, and like
Weird.
It's not like too weird because like
I liked having 2 specialists.
Yeah, it was nice having 2 specialists, but also like when you play a cooperative game, I'll be honest, like it's kind of like you're playing solo.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at what your fellow player has, and you're thinking in your head what they could do.
Yeah, it's like
there
one
were
mind.
times when like I did your turn essentially, and you did my turn.
Yeah.
But that happens with any cooperative game.
That's why I liked it though. Like cooperative games, and this game was like, cause I don't know, the whole win together, play together.
Mm-hmm.
Although some people don't like it, I liked that this was a cooperative game. I don't think it would have felt right for it not to be.
Oh yeah, there's no way it couldn't have been. Yeah, and like honestly, like where cooperative games rank in my mind, this one's pretty high, just because of how different it was. It felt like a lot of games just feel like Pandemic. I'll be honest.
True.
Just because Pandemic is such a streamlined cooperative game, and it's like the first one basically.
Not actually, it's good.
And it's good. It's great. I mean, like they even have like the legacy versions, and they're incredible. Which I know you haven't played them, but
I know I need to.
Season 1 is awesome. Like if you have to go pick out any cooperative game, just don't even start with Pandemic. Go buy Season 1 of Legacy Pandemic. It's so good. Like it really is so much fun. Like if you like board games, just treat yourself. $70, I believe, on Amazon. Go treat yourself.
I guess it's worth it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So where did you think this was for cooperative games in your mind?
Honestly, I haven't played a ton of cooperative games, but I think the theme won me over. I think it's just so cute that you're like saving animals and stuff, and you're like, I don't know, helping the environment. I thought that was cool. I just liked the theming. Yeah, that's basically it.
Basically just the theming, nothing else.
Well, I like the game. I just think I just can't think of like a major difference that I'd be like, oh, this game is above this game in my mind because of this reason. Like, there's not anything that initially jumps out at me for me to rank it at like, oh, this is my number 1 cooperative game. There isn't anything that really initially that I would say that about.
Totally fair. Well, do you have anything else to add about the game?
No, I think we covered everything. It was great. Can't wait to play it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to play again. And like, as much as we give it a hard time about being a hard game, like honestly, go check it out. Like, maybe go do some research on it, learn some more strategy. Like we didn't, but go check it out. It is a great game. It's made by
Smirk and
Danger Games, Smirk and Laughter Games.
Smirk and Dagger?
Smirk and Dagger.
I've never heard of them.
Never heard of them. We just went to our game store and the local guy just told us, oh yeah, this is a cool game. And we're like, wow,
he's like, it's
sounds
new.
Cool. He's like, it's new.
Well, initially he was like, have you played Splendor? And we were like, yeah, we have that. And he was like, have you played Villainous? And we were like, we have that. And he was like, what else did he say? What are the games? Basically, every game he told us, we were like, we've already played that.
Yeah, it was kind of like...
It was so
he didn't
comfortable.
I don't think he realized that we had a YouTube channel about board games.
Well, not even that we had a YouTube channel, just that we liked board games.
Yeah, he must have thought we were lost, which is funny because we go on there probably twice a week. And
I'm surprised they don't know us yet.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Because we don't live somewhere that's like booming with people.
True.
Like, I see the same people where I work all the time.
I agree.
Just kind of funny.
It's just funny. But anyway, again, we thank you guys for joining us on the Board Game Chair podcast, where we talk about all things board games. If you have any questions, leave them down below. We'll, of course, get back to you. Or reach out. We're on Instagram. Again, we're on YouTube. Go subscribe and follow. Anyway, I'm Trev from Games with Trev, and this is
Monique, and we'll see you next time.